Time to abandon ship.
Oh no!
Here we go.
Can I persuade you to join us for a drink? It's a tradition.
Here, here.
Jar Jar, homie, my main man, quickly. Before the Separatists attack, get into the escape pod.
Hey! This is escape, then we're the pod.
Welcome back to Star Wars Escape Pod, and happy Star Wars Day. It's May the 4th. It's a great day to be a Star Wars fan, and there's no better way to celebrate Star Wars Day other than playing a game of Star Wars Escape Pod's very own Ultimate Trivia Contest. We've got quite a few competitors today, but if you're not interested in the trivia part of our episode, you can skip to 59 minutes and 40 seconds to hear Blake and I chat all about the Star Wars news today, the sales going on, everything May the 4th related, as well as what happened with the Bad Batch from Star Wars: The Clone Wars. So much going on today. Let's get into it.
Another happy landing.
All right, welcome back, guys. We've got Reed, Calvin, Ben, Bryce, Tyler, and Wes on the show. I'll just go one by one so everyone kind of knows your voice. Reed, welcome back. You've been prominently on some of the episodes before where we've talked about some video games and stuff like that. So welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me, bro. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, always. And Calvin, we last had you on, actually, well, they're upcoming episodes, but we'll be having you on the Ewok Adventures commentary track.
Yeah, and today I'm here to reclaim my or to defend my third place title. But now there's two more people, so now third place hopefully won't mean last.
Yeah, totally. And Bryce, welcome back to the show. You've been on quite a few times now. Looking forward to hearing you on the Ewok Adventures commentary track. Those are pure gold.
I mean, the only reason I watched those was so I could get these Ewok Adventures questions from the movies on this trivia.
I gotta be honest with you. I've actually added in a few since we did those movies.
Yes, I knew it.
Yeah.
You got this, Calvin. All of our studying.
Oh yeah. Ben, welcome back to the show. It's been a while. We last had Ben on in our earlier commentary tracks through the Skywalker Saga films and the spin-offs and all that when we were going through that series. So welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Well, it's good to have you back. Wes, likewise to you. It's been a while since the commentaries. It's been, right? You were on for a couple of those, right?
I think maybe episode 2, the commentary for that.
Okay.
It's a long time ago.
Okay, it was a while ago, but you know, I got to credit you for coming up with this amazing Python scripted trivia system here. I know it's a simple little thing, but it's more than I could do, so thank you for that.
Yeah, no worries. I'm just here to answer every question wrong and make everyone feel good about themselves.
Excellent. Well, it is multiple choice, so you got a 25% chance of getting each question right, and I'll explain the rules in just a bit, but good luck.
Careful, he made the code. I don't know. You don't know what he put in there to help himself.
Yeah.
What algorithm is he using to get ahead of the game?
Yeah, exactly.
I gave myself all the easy questions. You got to see.
Key name West gets tier 1 questions.
Every question is about Gungans for some reason.
Yeah. All right, and Tyler, welcome to Star Wars Escape Pod. This is your first time actually being on the show, but you've been in our Discord for a while, and you're good friends with Bryce here, so it's good to have you on. Thanks for joining the trivia.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, not anytime.
We're supposed to only answer wrong answers only, right?
Wrong answers only. Yeah, that'll set you back to a solid last place. But you know what? It's still probably better than what Blake would manage to do if he was here. So I don't know. What was the score last time? Did he? Who won? Was it Calvin or was it?
No, it was totally not me. No, I was definitely last.
It was Blake. It was Blake.
100%. I was last.
All right. All right, cool. Well, I'll just explain. We'll just dive right in here. I'll explain the rules, and hopefully it doesn't take too long of a time to do the rounds. What I'll try to do is do like an approximate 8-second answering time per person. You know, give you some time to think about it. Each question is multiple choice, and there's 5 tiers worth of questions and 153 questions. So how it works is if you get a question right, you go up a tier. And if you get a question wrong, you go down a tier. And the questions are laid out as such with these particular tiers. Sorry, where is it here? I wrote a notepad, which I've now totally lost where that is. But that's okay. Tier 1 is the staple movies and some easier-ish questions from the animated shows here and there. Tier 2 is completely TV, so live action and animated shows that includes The Mandalorian all the way through Star Wars Rebels, Clone Wars, Resistance, etc. Tier 3 is canon level books, comics, video games, anything of the sort there. Tier 4 is expanded universe, Star Wars Legends. It's a lot of the older stuff that a lot of people today wouldn't know about. And the final tier, Tier 5, is any extremely hard questions or behind the scenes related material, anything of the sort. There's actually not that many of Tier 5, which is good because at least from playing last time, not many of you guys actually made it to Tier 5. So
Tier 2 is a vicious beast to tame.
Tier 2 is. It's full of questions that many people wouldn't know just based on the fact that having seen the 7th season Clone Wars show, it's not in everyone's history. And so, it puts you all on I don't know. How many of you guys have actually seen the full show?
I have once.
Ben has once. So the rest of you guys. Oh, actually, you know what, Wes, you have seen the show a full time all the way through. But
yeah, like 6-7 years ago. I don't think we can count that.
Right. It was a while ago now. So, okay. Well, good luck to all of you guys. Depending on the time, I'm going to try and make the point cap either 8 or 10, depending on if we run out of questions or whatever. So we'll just go for it and call a winner at the end of this thing. And good luck to all of you.
May the force be with you.
Yeah, may the force be with you. I don't have any cool sound effects for right and wrong answers, so we'll just make do with the technology.
Just make
that
them with their mouths instead.
Yeah, so I'm just doing an R2 like screaming noise, like wow.
That was pretty good.
All right, the first question is for Bryce. Which Sith Lord shows as an allusion to Yoda on Moraband? Is it A, Darth Maul, B, Darth Revan, C, Darth Malgus, or D, Darth Bane?
It had to be a Clone Wars first one. You clowning me? This isn't even tier 2. It's Bane. It's D. Right?
That is correct. All right, next question is for Ben. Savage Opress is the brother of whom? A, Talzin, B, Ventress, C, Maul, or D, Rada?
That would be a C at Maul.
That is correct. Sorry, these are random tier 2 questions just showing up in tier 1, I guess. Or perhaps they're just easier tier 2 questions.
It's from the movies.
You did say there would be a couple. So
I did. There would be a couple, but they're a little easier. So
2 out of 2 is technically a couple.
Wow, third in a row here. Okay. Question number 3 goes to Calvin. Ventress becomes what after she leaves Dooku? Is it a Night Sister, a bounty hunter, a Jedi, or nothing and just dies?
This is from Clone Wars as well?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I've seen 2 episodes. I'll go with what was the first one? Night Sister? Let's go with Night Sister.
Night Sister. Yes, indeed. She becomes a Night Sister after she leaves Dooku. Congratulations.
You didn't go with D, does nothing and dies.
That was actually going to be my second pick.
I like that one.
All right, next question is for Tyler. Saw Gerrera was first introduced in what? The Clone Wars, the prequels, Rebels, or a novel?
The Clone Wars?
All right, going with option A. That is correct. Excellent. All right, next question is for Wes. Ahsoka Tano was first introduced on which planet? Coruscant, Tatooine, Christophsis, or Geonosis?
Oh man, I have absolutely no idea. I thought at least someone would have gotten the question wrong by now. Let's just go with Coruscant.
Coruscant, okay.
That was a
Incorrect.
mean question,
The
Josh.
answer is C, Christophsis.
I thought that was a made up word. I thought for sure you made that up. Christophsis.
I don't even remember the question.
Somebody named Christopher in the store group was like, "Oh, what do we call this planet? Oh, my name's Christopher. Let's name it Christopher."
Yeah.
Christophsis.
All right, the last question is for Reed. Which planet is Ventress originally from? Is it Tatooine, Dathomir, Raxus, or Coruscant?
I'm gonna go with Dathomir based on Calvin's answer.
That is correct.
Not that I actually knew.
There's a trick answer in there. So yeah, you got that right though. Okay.
You guys ready for 6 more Ventress questions?
That is the first round. It looks like Wes, you're 1 point behind. That's okay. Now that they're all at tier 2, more harder questions coming their way. Actually, you know what? No, I think we programmed it. I think you have it set to start at tier 2. That way, if someone gets a question wrong, it goes down to tier 1. I just remember that.
Such a long time ago, I don't remember, but that sounds like it
I
could
just
be
remember
right.
you saying that to me a couple months ago. Yes. Okay.
I think Wes's algorithm's not based on like time or something. It's based on like the weather.
that actually makes a lot of sense because those are all Clone Wars questions. So okay, yeah. So that's so now I guess Wes, now that you've got one wrong, you'll get a tier 1 question next time. That makes a lot of sense.
I actually just looked at the code and you're right. It does start at 2-2.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's the one thing I forgot to mention, I guess. Totally slipped by me. Sorry, guys.
Nice. Hardest part's over.
Hey, you all got it right. You all got a question right, so that's good. But now here's where
getting harder.
Yeah, here's where the fun begins. Okay, next question is for Bryce. The most recent. Oh, you know what? This is an outdated question. Okay. Okay. Aside from Star
Perfect
Wars,
for me.
Aside from Star Wars VR Pinball, what is the most recent VR Star Wars adventure in the form of a video game? Is it A, Secrets of the Empire, B, Vader Immortal, C, Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, or D, Star Wars Squadrons?
I think it is C.
Yes.
You
got it right.
Because of the High Republic stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, next question is for Ben. Blue milk comes from what animal? Is it a Rathtar, a Bantha, a Krayt dragon, or it's Gamorrean urine?
Say the multiple choices again.
Is it A, a Rathtar, B, a Bantha, C, a Krayt dragon, or D, it's Gamorrean urine?
I'm going with B.
B, a Bantha. All right, cool. You got it right. Moving up to tier 4.
Oh no!
It's like, which of those animals looks most like a cow?
Yeah, that was literally what I was going to say. Like, you can't milk a raptor. I don't think it's Gamorrean pig.
I don't think you can milk a dragon either.
I don't think that
No,
with those alone, I don't think there'd be a lot of blue milk in the galaxy. People trying to milk a raptor.
Like, I know D could have been Gamorrean milk, but it wasn't even that. It was Gamorrean urine.
Exclusively found on Tatooine.
Oh man. All right, next question for Calvin. The model of Slave 1 is what? Is it A, a Fire Spray 31, B, a Firebolt, C, a Nimbus 2000, or D, a YT 1300?
Well, I know it's not Nimbus 2000 because that's from Harry Potter, I think.
I like that one.
And I think D is the Millennium Falcon. What were the first two?
First two is A, fire spray 31, or B, a firebolt.
I think it's fire spray 31.
Yeah, you got it right. All right. B is also a magic broomstick.
Yeah, it is.
You know why I got that one right is I could read it in your face when like when you read the Harry Potter one. You're like firebolt. I had the doubt in my mind that like that was actually a reasonable option for you. So. It was clear that it was not.
Yeah. All right, we got a question for Tyler. The book that preceded Rogue One, which gave more detail on the character Galen Erso, was called what? A, Catalyst, B, Tarkin, C, Aftermath, or D, A New Dawn?
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna go with C.
C, Aftermath. All right. No, it is actually A, Catalyst, a Rogue One novel. Aftermath.
I wouldn't have got that.
That's hard. I wouldn't have got that either.
It is. This is a hard tier, man. It's a hard tier. Aftermath was a book that took place after Return of the Jedi, but nobody liked it, so it doesn't matter. Turn 11 goes to Wes. How old was Yoda when he died? Was he over 800, over 9,000, over 900, or over 1,000?
Oh man, I mean, clearly not over 9,000. Is it over 800?
Are you going with option A?
Wait, actually, hold on a sec. If I answer the lowest, it's always going to be right because he'll have died over that age.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. That's a good point. Okay, you got to guess over the closest age that he's been over when he died.
It's just a math problem.
Wes is too smart. Yeah, like, we had this question last time, and we did not find this.
Yeah, nobody got that. Wes is the only guy that would catch
I think
that.
we're all the rest of us are too big of a nerd to like actually try to get the accurate one. And Wes is just like, you know what? Like, how do I break this down?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like this is on you, Josh. You invited a mathematician.
I'd say let him have it.
But I do think it's over 800.
It is over 900.
Oh, so I was still
wrong,
right.
Wes.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's also
kind of right.
You idiot, Wes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
Oh, that was good. I think we should let him have that. That's so funny.
I think we should.
I think we got to give him we'll give him a bonus point
I
at
think he
the end.
deserves it. He definitely deserves it.
I'm down with that.
All right, a bonus point at the end. Yeah.
See, I'd rather you just give him the point because if he gets a bonus point, then that means he still gets the point, but he doesn't have to move up a tier.
I'm saying bonus point because I can't actually add a point in the thing. So, yeah. Wes, you got to make this a little more advanced for me to add in points here. Bonus point it is. You just remember that for me, all right? All right, next question for Reed. Corellia is known for what? Is it A, ships manufacturing, B, drug trade, C, garbage disposal, or D, slave trade?
A.
Correct. Well done.
Child's play.
All right, we'll cycle back to Bryce. Oh boy. Okay, you're in the tier 4.
Uh-oh.
The Jedi Apprentice series has how many books?
Oh my. Okay, what are my options here?
All right, you got A, 20, B, 18, C, 12, or D, 10.
Oh, I think there's a lot of those. I'm going to go with 18. That seems like a good number.
18. It is 20.
Oh, there were a lot of those.
There was a lot of those. Yeah. That's close though. It's good.
Is
it's
it
good
like
estimate.
perfectly 20?
It's perfectly 20, and I forget if that's just like the numbered ones or if that's also including the because there were some special edition releases that didn't have a number that was also still part of the series. So I forget what I based the answer off of, but yeah, there's a lot of those books. So the next question is for Ben. Hard question here. Prince, I always forget. What is it? Exor? Shizor?
Ixor? Yeah.
Exor? Yeah. Exor is of what species? Is he A, a human, B, Drizelian, C, a Nemoidian, or D, a Falleen?
Gonna go with A.
He is a Falleen.
Man, I should
I
have
don't even know
switched.
who this is, so.
This was my question.
No, that was Bryce's question for sure. Bryce lives in tier 4. He's just
Except for the books.
Yeah. Except for that. All right, next question is for Calvin. Darth Malik's master is whom? Is it A, Revan, B, Bane, C, Bandon, or D, Andedu?
Oh man, I think was it Bandon?
No, it is not Bandon. It is Revan.
I thought Malik was the master and Revan was
the opposite
in the games.
Yeah.
Like Malik. Yeah. Oh yeah, because Revan.
Yeah, tricky stuff. All right, next question is for Tyler. The bounty hunter known to have a pet Anuba is who? Is it A, Dengar, B, Bosk, C, Aura Singh, or D, Embo?
I'm gonna go with Dengar. I actually don't know this one.
Is Embo. He's got he's the one with the metal hat, throws it around. He's got a pet dog.
Of course.
That follows him around all over the place. Yeah.
Also
pretty
from
cool.
the Clone Wars, right?
Yeah. That was a tier 2 question. Yeah. All right. So next question is for Wes. Palpatine's worshippers in Episode 9 are part of which group? Are they part of the A, Acolytes of the Beyond, B, the Sith Eternal, C, the Knights of Ren, or D, the Sathari?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is another one where I'm just gonna guess. Is it A?
Nope.
Wes is getting clobbered.
Oh yeah. It's
At
the
least I
Sith
have the
Eternal.
bonus point.
Yeah.
You're not super far off though. The Acolytes of Beyond were this group of they were kind of like Sith worshippers. They were introduced in the canon trilogy, the Aftermath trilogy, and they were this group of these Sith religious people that just absolutely loved Darth Vader and Palpatine. They went scouring the galaxy for all these old relics of the past, and there's a fan theory out there to say that they are possibly the same thing, but at the moment that's still not confirmed. So, but yeah, in the movie it's the Sith Eternal that they call themselves at the very end. All right, next question is for Reed. Cal Kestis' story picks up how many years after the Jedi Purge? Is it 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, or 4 years?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with B.
No, it is A, 5 years.
Oh.
You played through Fallen Order, right?
Oh yeah.
Did the rest of you guys play through Fallen Order?
Yep.
No, I haven't.
Didn't we do a review on Fallen Order?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. That was a good game. I like that story.
Half a point for being 1 year off.
No. Yeah, maybe. We'll see how close it is at the end. I don't know. Well, I'll keep
Wes had to work so hard just for his one bonus point.
Reed's just Reed's like, hey, throw me a bone, buddy.
Well, I feel bad. My questions have been pretty easy for the most part. Let's be honest.
They've
Not
been
that
all right.
hard.
Yeah, you've had some good luck there. I don't know. Wes just keeps getting clout. I don't know if they're easy questions or hard questions, Wes. You tell me. But
I mean, I just don't have the knowledge, I think.
All right, next question is for Bryce. Cycling around again. Vader Immortal takes place on what planet? Is it Coruscant, Nur, Bogana, or Mustafar?
Another VR. What?
Yeah.
I think it's Mustafar, right? I've never played it. Yeah, okay.
It is. Congratulations. Okay, next question is for Ben. Name the remaining survivor of the Night Sisters from Jedi Fallen Order. Is it A, Merlin, B. Marin, C. Ariel, or D. Grub?
It is B, man.
Okay, what was your answer?
It was B, Marin.
B. Marin. Okay, I was inspired.
Grub.
It's obviously
A lot of effort went into that one.
A lot. Okay, the next question is for Calvin. Fortress of the Inquisitorius is on which planet? Is it A. Mustafar, B. Camino, C. Exegol, or D. Nur?
I think it's Exegol.
It is Nur.
Okay. So
What's
that wasn't
Nur?
from
The Inquisitor, that's from Jedi Fallen Order as well. So that's
Yeah.
I didn't play
yeah.
that.
Technically, isn't it on a space station?
It's on a different planet that orbits around the same system as Mustafar. It's the Mustafar system, but it's a different moon. It's called Nur, and you can see Mustafar from the surface of the planet. And so Vader has his castle on Mustafar, and then the Inquisitorius, which is where he's got all his Inquisitor agents, they reside on this castle on the opposing planet called Nur. It's like an ocean world, and there's just this giant underwater base with this castle that pokes out the surface. It's pretty cool. Like, I love the design of that place. It was awesome. So next question for Tyler. How many Star Wars movies are there? I got a tier, it looks like a tier 1 question. Is it A, 11, B, 9, C, 6, or D, is there 12? These are the staple movies, including the spin-offs, and not counting Holiday Special or Ewok Adventures or anything like that.
11?
Well,
I'm going with 11.
You got it. There's 11 movies.
I was gonna say for me, there's only
tier 1.
6 canon movies.
There's only 6.
There's only 6.
There's only 6.
Ewoks fan, hold on, I gotta recap.
Yeah, this is kind of a trick question, Josh. Yeah, I feel like this is a matter of opinion.
If you answered 6, I might have given you a bonus point there. I don't know. All right, the next
I'm answering 6. I'm not even saying the prequels. I'm saying the original trilogy, Holiday Special, and the 2 Ewoks.
Yes.
Well played.
Well played, yeah. All right, the next question is for Wes. Qui-Gon Jinn's master was whom? Is it A, Yoda, B, Dooku, C, Sifo-Dyas, or D, Oppo Rancis?
Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm gonna get another thing wrong. Actually, hold on. It's Sifo-Dyas, isn't it?
Is that your final answer?
Well, now that you've said that.
Well, you're asking me. I'm the one with the answers.
That's fine.
Survey says
it's not Oppo Rancis.
Yeah, you got a hint from the competitors. Okay, what was your final answer?
Sifo-Dyas.
Sifo-Dyas is incorrect.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, it was Dooku. All right. So we have turn 24 going to read. The Battle of Jakku was how many years after the Battle of Endor? Now, this is not to be mistaken with the movies. This is an event that happened between the films and is what you see as the scarred leftovers of the battle when you watch The Force Awakens. So, is it A, 5 years, B, 1 year, C, 29 years, or D, 11 years?
I'm gonna say 1 year.
You got it. 1 year after Return of the Jedi. Okay, turn 25 goes to Bryce. What replaced the corrupt and weak New Republic? Was it A, the Galactic Empire, B, the Fel Empire, C, the Galactic Federation of Free Alliances, or D, the New Jedi Order?
Now, this is a EU, right?
Yeah, this is an EU
I
question.
think it's C.
That's correct.
Wow,
It was the Galactic Federation of Free Alliances.
Wow, that's smarty pants over there.
He's
The most
EU
irrelevant
master.
Star Wars information.
Wait. Isn't that acronym literally GAFA?
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
All right, we got a question for Ben. Thrawn is what species? Is he A, a Duros, B, a Pantoran, C, a human, or D, a Chiss?
He is D, a Chiss.
That is correct. All right, next question is for Calvin. Darth Maul has how many confirmed relatives alive during the Clone Wars? Is it A, 2, B, 3, C, 1, or D, is it 4?
2.
Option A? No. He has Savage Opress's brother, his mother Talzin, and he has a brother who dies very early on when we first meet Savage Opress, who actually kills the guy. And that was the third sibling.
Before today, I did not know he had any relatives, so I'm learning.
These are confirmed as well. Like, there's definitely like a Larry Mall that runs like a used speeder dealership somewhere.
All right, next question for Tyler. The Jedi Temple has how many towers? Is it A, 3, B, 4, C, 5, or D, 6?
5.
Very nice. Very nice. Moving up a tier. Okay, next question is going for Wes. The first line spoken in Star Wars history ever on screen in 1977's A New Hope. Is it A, R2-D2, where are you? Is it B, we have them, Lord Vader? Is it C, did you hear that? They shut down the main reactor. Or is it D, R2-D2, come back this instant?
Oh my gosh. I feel like my memory of all of these movies is so hazy, but 4 is where they open with like the rebel ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pew,
right?
pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, that's the first line, surely.
Or it's pew, pew.
I think it's the like we have them, Lord Vader. Of course not.
All right, it was C. Did you hear that? They shut down the main reactor.
Oh man,
I'm sorry, dude. You're getting creamed here.
It's like I wasn't kidding about getting all of them wrong.
All right. Turn 30. Question for Reed here. Which war began in 25 ABY? This is a tier 4 question. Star Wars Legends material. Was it A, the Swarm War? Was it B, Republic Collapse? Was it C, Imperial Civil War? Or D, the Yuuzhan Vong War?
Dude, this is out of my league. This is so out of my league. What were my options?
Is it A, the Swarm War, B, Republic Collapse, C, Imperial Civil War, or D, Yuuzhan Vong War?
Gonna go with B?
That is incorrect. 25
Tell me
ABY.
at least wasn't the least
that
wasn't
was
Swarm War.
that was the Yuuzhan Vong War, I think, wasn't it?
Oh, so it was D. Okay. I felt like between of the 4, B and D were my 2 best options. So it was just
Yeah, after making all these questions, I'm pretty sure it was the Yuuzhan Vong War. Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So next question is for Bryce. Caravan of Courage was what?
No
Is it
way.
A TV movie?
We have prepared for this, Bryce. We've been training for this.
I feel like Rocky after running up and down those stairs, and I'm ready.
You're running for this.
Read them out, Josh. Read them out.
All right. Caravan of Courage was what? Was it A, a TV movie, B, an animated series? Was it C, a novel, or D, a comic series?
Wait, what?
A TV movie, an animated series, a novel, or a comic?
I guess it's a TV movie? I thought it was a movie.
Yeah, you're right. It was a TV. Yeah, it's a TV movie.
Oh.
It did have a theatrical
like a movie
release.
that gets released
run.
on. I see.
Like the title, Caravan of Courage, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it. Okay.
Okay,
Next
that
question.
spooked me more than it should have. I was like, whoa.
Come on, that was an easy one, Josh.
Yeah. All right. The next question is for Ben. Name the first RPG game from Star Wars that was released under Fantasy Flight. Was it A, Age of Rebellion, B, Force and Destiny, C, Edge of the Empire, or D, The Force Awakens RPG?
I don't know the answer to this, so I'm going to go with B.
It was Edge of the Empire.
Okay, cool story.
All right, next question is for Calvin.
Please let it be a Caravan of Courage question. I'm ready.
Unfortunately, it's not. But yeah. Okay, so who wiped out all the information about Camino in the temple archives? Was it A, Darth Plagueis, B, Sifo-Dyas, C, Count Dooku, or D, Palpatine?
I'm pretty sure it was Count Dooku.
You got it.
Okay.
You got it. All right.
Calvin, I really hope you get a question that's like, who did Mace promise his sister he'd be?
The mom and the dad.
His dad, his mom, and the dad.
Or his mom and his dad and his mom and dad.
Or his dad and his mom.
I have more Caravan of Courage questions to pop up, and I really hope they come up because this is all randomized, so we'll see.
Oh no, I hope I don't get one. Good Lord.
Have you seen those, Reed? Have you seen those movies?
I've heard of the legends.
Well, wait until you listen to our episodes.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's the best way to experience those movies is with our commentary tracks that we made. They're gold, like pure gold.
Oh gosh, awesome! Looking forward to it.
All right, we got a comment. We got a question for Tyler. The big event that kickstarts the era of the High Republic is known as what? Is it A, the Great Terror, B, the Galactic Purge, C, the Great Disaster, or D, the Unlimited Power?
I have no knowledge of anything High Republic, so let's go with B.
It is C, the Great Disaster.
What was B?
B was the Galactic Purge.
Sounds much cooler.
Yeah. You saying that should be on Story Group, Bryce? Because I'll take that. I'll take that vouch. Yeah.
Star Wars is all about purges.
All right. The next question is for Wes. Wes, Grievous's flagship in Revenge of the Sith. The name of the flagship. What is it? Is it A, Invisible Hand, B, the Decimator, C, the Griever, or D, Malevolence?
You've got to be kidding me.
It was printed on every Lego set, every visual dictionary, every toy.
Is this something I should know just from watching the movies?
I'm just making you feel guilty. It's
I got this
good.
question last time and I got it wrong, so don't feel bad if you get it wrong too.
Oh man, I mean,
you gotta let him phone a friend. Phone a friend, Wes.
Can I phone a friend?
We'll let you phone a friend. We'll let you phone a friend. Pick one of the competitors, and he'll cross out an answer for you.
All right, who's winning? It's Bryce,
Or you
right?
should phone Blake.
Phone Blake. Yeah. Phone Blake.
Oh man. No, all right, Bryce. What's up with this question?
So am I just crossing out one? How about maybe you tell me one and I'll tell you if it's right or wrong.
All right. Was one of them like? Sorry, can you repeat the answers?
The Invisible Hand, the Decimator, the Griever, or the Malevolence?
Oh man, surely it's not the Griever. So maybe B.
B was what was it, Josh?
Oh, the Decimator.
B is not the correct answer.
Oh no.
All right, Wes, you've narrowed down two for yourself to choose from. Is it A, the Invisible Hand, or D, Malevolence?
Or is Bryce wrong?
That's wrong.
I
could be wrong.
He could be throwing you under the bus.
He just wants to win. This guy's webcam.
I don't think I pose a threat to anyone.
No, he wants to screw over the player in last place right now.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
That's how he rolls.
Let's go A, the Invisible Hand.
A is correct. Well done.
Goodness.
Yeah. Oh, let's hear it for Wes. All right.
Well done.
All right, turn 36. Next question is for Reed. Echo Base was invaded how long after its creation? Was it A, less than 6 months, B, less than a year, C, less than a week, or D, less than a month?
Wait, this is another one where you just
it's another one. Yes,
the largest time period.
Unlike the other question, this one is based off of a specific sentence in the Battlefront Twilight Company novel.
Oh man. Sorry, what were the answers again?
Is it less than 6 months, less than a year, less than a week, or less than a month? Wes's
less-
reasoning aside, this is like a piece from a sentence in the book, so it's like a little more
man.
on the head. But
I'm gonna say less than 6 months.
the answer was D, less than a month.
Dang it! I knew it.
That was close, though. That was
I went with
close.
the safe one. But I failed. I should have known that.
All right. Next question is for Bryce. The first track on the Phantom Menace soundtrack is called what? Is it Star Wars main title and the arrival at Naboo? Is it B, Duel of Fates, C, 20th Century Fanfare, or D, The Blockade?
Well, it's definitely not. Oh, but it could be the arrival at Naboo. Yeah, it would have to be the main title, right? And Arrival at Naboo. I'm gonna go with that one.
That is correct.
Okay, yeah.
Some of the it's tricky because some of the soundtracks have the 20th Century Fanfare, and then some of them
do
don't.
they?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's like I think it's the more deluxe soundtracks, the expanded ones. That's that's usually the ones that have them. But all right, so we have a question for Ben. Tier 4. Jason and Jaina were the children of who? Is it Luke and Mara, Cade and Talon, Han and Leia, or Ben Skywalker and Vistara Kai?
I have no idea, so I'm gonna go with A.
No, that is incorrect. It was they're the children of Han and Leia. All right, where are we with the scores? We got Bryce sitting at 6 correct answers, Ben sitting at 4, Calvin at 3, Tyler at 3, Wes at 1, and Reed at 3. So we'll keep going for another 5-10 minutes here, and then whoever has the most by that point, we'll just call the winner. So turn 39. Next question is for Calvin. Which Star Wars... Oh, lovely. Another tier 2 question. Which Star Wars The Clone Wars animated film character says, ready he is to teach an apprentice, to let go of his pupil, a greater challenge it will be?
That definitely sounds like Yoda speak.
Is it A, Yoda, B, Windu, C, Kenobi, or D, Palpatine?
Yeah, it's obviously a Yoda.
You got it. All right, moving on up to tier 3. Next question for Tyler. The Ashla, the Bogan, and the... What is it? A, Chosen One, B, Snoke, C, Balance, or D, Bendu?
What? Can you repeat that?
It's a complete the series kind of question. So we got the Ashla and the Bogan. What is the third in the trio? Is it the Chosen One, Snoke, Balance, or Bendu?
Bendu? I'm going with Bendu.
You got it. It's Bendu.
Also, I think Calvin is gone. If he wants to unmute or something like that. I'm not sure where Calvin went. Or I can't hear him.
He's
I'm not
back.
sure.
Calvin, you back?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, he's still back. Okay.
Yeah.
I think he was offline for
okay.
just
I
a
had
sec.
issues
Oh, yeah.
before, yeah.
He was gone for a bit, but he's back.
Yeah. Oh. All right. So the Ashla and the Bogan and the Bendu, that was like that was George's like early draft concept for the light side, the dark side, and the balance kind of thing. And then those were then cycled into new things in the animated shows. They started using the term Ashla for what the Lasat call the Force. The Bendu, they cycled into this character, which was this character that represented the balance, the Force, and then the Bogan. I forget if they've even used that yet, but the concept is kind of there. So, all right, next question is for Wes. Who came to Obi-Wan's aid when Maul and Savage capture him? Was it A, Anakin, B, Ahsoka, C, Quinlan Vos, or D, Ventress?
Oh my goodness!
You got a tier 2 question here.
It's always Anakin, right?
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, may as well.
It's D, Ventress. All right, turn 42 goes to Reed. The Darksaber was first made by which Mandalorian? Was it Pre Vizsla, Din Djarin, Jango Fett, or Tor Vizsla?
Oof. Sorry, read him again to me.
The Darksaber was first made by which Mandalorian? Was it A. Pre Vizsla, B. Din Djarin, C. Jango Fett, or D. Tor Vizsla?
Gonna go with A?
Or Tar Vizsla, I guess. That is incorrect. It was Tar Vizsla.
D, right? Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
I was like, pre sounds like before, so it's got to be that one.
You're not far off though. Pre Vizsla. He did carry it. He did carry it. He was just like the great descendant. Yeah. And speaking of the Darksaber, you will be able to buy a Black Series replica for like $350 in the next like couple months. It's pretty cool looking. All right, so next question is for Bryce. Who controls the universe? Is it A, the Force, B, the Wills, C, the Anchorites, or D, the Maker? I don't even know what the right answer is on this one. I totally forget. This is a tier 5 extreme hard question.
I don't know. Is it the Wills? Is this like an answer from?
You got it. Is the Wills?
Yeah.
Is the Wills?
Wow.
Is the
I just
Wills.
remember I remember the guy from. I don't even remember his name. The monk guy from Rogue One says that, right?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, Chira Inouye. Yeah.
What? So, sorry. So what's the prize? Like, what does he win for being like the ultimate?
It's called redemption. He didn't win last time, so
yeah, he's not even here, so it doesn't even matter. Blake's
we need like a belt or something like that to pass around, like we do in WWE. Like,
well, we need to do another because between Blake and Bryce, we got this ongoing rivalry now where it's like, you know, I feel like he didn't show up because he didn't want to face the competition. But you know,
is this you trash talking him, trying to get him to fight?
I sabotaged his house. I egged his house before this started so that he couldn't attend
the pre-fight interview.
Yeah,
couldn't show his face.
All I win is a lot of shame about how much time I've spent thinking about these things.
Self-recognition.
Yeah. All right, next question is for Ben. This is a tier 3 question. Operation Cinder from Battlefront 2 was Palpatine's plan to what? Was it A, decimate the New Republic worlds, B, bring an end to the New Jedi Order, C, bring punishment to the Empire for his death, or D, retaliate against the rebellion?
Read the question. Read the answers again.
Was it both or just the answers?
Yeah, you can read the question.
Yeah. Okay. Operation Cinder from Battlefront 2. It's also in Shattered Empire, the comic, and various other things. Star Wars Squadrons as well. Was Palpatine's plan to, was it option A, decimate New Republic worlds, B, bring an end to the New Jedi Order, C, bring punishment to the Empire for his death, or D, retaliate against the rebellion?
I'm going to go with D.
It was C, bring punishment to the Empire for his death.
Okay.
Clean slate. All right. Next question is for Calvin. Thrawn's flagship. What's it called? Is it A, the Chimera, B, Executor, C, the Devastator, or D, Iron Hand?
Let's go Chimera.
You got it. It is the Chimera.
What a guess.
You know, the only reason I knew that it would be Chimera was because in Star Wars Squadrons, you can get like a little hologram or like dingle thing you can have in your car.
Yeah, there you go. There's Reed being resourceful.
I know this stuff in like the weirdest, most obscure ways. It's not because I've actually like paid attention.
No, that's actually, I had no idea that was that was an Easter egg in there, but yeah.
Fun fact. Yeah.
All right. So next question is for Tyler. Arcanus was home to what? The Secret Imperial Academy, B, shipyards, C, Imperial Senate, or D, a rebel hideout?
What was? Can you read the answers out again?
Sure. So Arcanus was the homeworld to what? The Secret Imperial Academy. That's option A. Option B is shipyards. C is Imperial Senate. or D is Rebel Hideout?
I think it's the Secret Imperial Academy. Not
Hey,
confident.
yeah, you got it.
Sweet. Yeah.
Well done.
Nice. Okay. We got a question for Wes, and then we'll check on the scores. So, Wes, Naboo was invaded by, was it A, the Separatist Alliance, B, the Trade Federation, C, the Banking Clan, or D, the Empire?
This has to be Trade Federation, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, thank goodness.
Oh, no suspense.
This is Wes's moment.
Yeah,
Josh, you needed to answer, are you sure?
I got to put doubt in his mind every time. Yeah. Oh, you know what? No, sorry. We got one more question before the end of the round. Next question is for Reed. Revenge of the Sith release year. So the episode 3, when was it released? Was it A, 2004, B, 2005, C, 2007, or D, 2002?
Oh, I know it was on Father's Day.
Which Father's Day in the last 20-something odd years was it released? Was it 2004's Father's Day? Was it 2005's Father's Day? 2007's Father's Day? Or 2002's Mother's Day?
2004?
It was 2005.
Dang it.
Reed, why Father's Day? Did you go with your dad?
No. So one year I went to Fan Expo and I bought a poster for my dad for the release of Revenge of the Sith. And this wasn't like before the release of the movie. They just had an old poster and it's got Darth Vader pointing his finger at you and it says, "Who's your daddy?" It's Revenge of the Sith release, like blah blah blah, Father's Day, and I was like, Dad, this is my gift to you. I think he has that hung up in his classroom or something like that at school.
I actually did go with my dad on Father's Day to see the movie, so there you go.
Nice.
Well,
I was impressed. I was like, Reed's accessing his like mind palace. She's like, it was Father's Day. What year? He's like, what was the shirt my dad was wearing? It was a band it was a new band that came out in 2000. It was 2005.
Yeah. So elaborate.
Yeah.
All right, we're sitting at a score of Bryce holding 7, Ben holding 4, Calvin, you're at 5, Tyler, you're at 5, Wes, you got 2 plus your bonus point, and Reed, you're sitting at 3. So we got a very...
hold on, so I'm tied with Reed.
You are, it seems, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a competition. Who's going to be in dead last? All right, we'll do one more round and then we'll call a game. So turn 49 goes to Bryce. How many episodes was in George's original outline? Was it A, 6, B, 9, C, 12, or D, 5?
9? Let's go with 9. That's just a guess.
It was 12.
12? Oh my god.
It was. All right. Turn 50 goes to Ben. How does Boba Fett die? Was it A, he doesn't, B, Sarlacc pit, C, Luke's lightsaber, or D, Han shooting first?
Well, the correct answer is he doesn't die, but he does get swallowed by a Sarlacc and then gets spat out somehow and found by the Mandalorian in the desert of Tatooine.
So your final answer?
Was the Sarlacc pit.
Your final answer?
Say the answers again.
So the question is, how does Boba Fett die? Is it A, he doesn't? Is it B, Sarlacc pit? C, Luke's lightsaber?
I totally didn't hear A. I just heard all these other ones, and I was like, is this an outdated question? The final answer is he does not die.
Okay, all right, correct. You got it. All right, next question.
I'm sorry.
All right, next question is for Calvin. Dash Rendar's ship is called what? Is it the Outrider, the Sideswiper, the Star Sleazer, or the Ravager?
Well, judging by your laugh, it can't be the Sideswiper. Why do you got to keep asking me ship name questions? What was the first one?
The Outrider.
Okay, that one sounded right. Is it the Outrider?
It is the Outrider. All right. Next question. Next question is for Tyler. What powers the Star Destroyer's lasers manufactured on Exegol? Is it A, Kyber, B, plasma, C, hypermatter, or D, coaxium?
I'm gonna go with Kyber, but I don't know.
You got it. It's Kyber.
Woo!
Wait, what do they use coaxium for? Is that just the fuel for the engines?
Yeah, coaxium's like a fuel source. That was something that came up in Solo quite a bit. It was coaxium, but recently in the Vader comic series, they got into the source of Kyber on Exegol. There's like a huge amount of it there, which is where they source to power all those super lasers, those planet killing ships, which is a little ridiculous if you ask me, but yeah.
You think it's like a rare resource, and the Empire's like, nah, we got enough of this to make 2 Death Stars and then some.
Yeah, it's ridiculous because in the latest comic, like Darth Vader goes there, right?
Yeah,
and it's so technically they're building a Death Star. At the same time, they're building like this fleet of 1,000 Star Destroyers that can destroy planets. Why would you build a Death Star?
Unless we forget the whatchamacallit Star Killer base. Or wait, no, that drops from the sun. I'm an idiot. Never mind.
But the most powerful suns have hearts of Kyber.
Well done. That's Ben's favorite movie.
It is my favorite movie.
All right, the next question is for Wes. A zombie-like virus was introduced by Geonosians to the clones via what? Was it A, worms, B, gas, C, injections, or D, lasers?
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's definitely not lasers, right?
Final answer?
Yeah, my final answer is it's not lasers.
Correct.
All right. Carry on. Give me your process of elimination here. I want to hear it out loud.
Oh man, it's going to be depressing for you guys to hear how little goes on in my brain. But, I mean, yeah, I honestly just don't think it's gas for whatever reason, which leaves me with like worms and injections.
Yep.
Let's go worms.
You got it. Incredible. It is worms. Incredible. Nice. Now there's some proof that you saw the Clone Wars.
Yeah, finally.
All right, we're on a last question. Turn 54 goes to Reed. Where is the most wretched hive of scum and villainy? Is it in Mos Espa, Mos Eisley, Anchorhead, or Mos Pelgo?
Mos Eisley.
You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
I like that.
Oh man, it's like we were just listening to the movie right there.
May have seen that movie a couple times. Just saying.
All right, fellas, that is. We're gonna cap it there. And Bryce, congratulations! You win with 7 correct answers.
Well done.
Calvin and Tyler tying for second place with 6 correct answers.
Wait, I tied for second place?
Yes, you did. We got Ben sitting in. Ben, you got the bronze trophy with 5 correct answers.
Very nice.
And Reed coming in right behind that with 4. And I'm sorry, Wes, you got 3 coming in the last place, the 6th place. Sorry, man. That was a good
bonus
effort,
point, right?
But bonus point, you got. Oh, actually, yeah, that's a good point. Okay, you bonus point brings you up with tying Reed for last place. So I'm sorry to both of you.
Reed did way better than I did. I got to phone a friend and everything. I definitely deserve the last place.
All right. So he's giving up his bonus point to embrace the 3.
Half a point.
Give me half a point.
Yeah. Or you could just say they tied for last, but then you gotta like measure the quality of your points. And
Oh man, and the next question would have gone to Bryce. Would have been Caravan of Courage was released in what year?
And I would not have got that.
All right. Thanks for playing Star Wars Ultimate Trivia, guys. That was super fun, and hopefully a good way to celebrate Star Wars Day. This recording will drop tomorrow. So, if you want to hear the rest of it, I guess you can tune into that. And if any of you guys are interested in sticking around for the rest of the conversation happening with Blake, we're going to be doing that in just a couple minutes. So, yeah, other than that, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for
hosting, Josh.
Good to see you.
It's a full house, man. A busy episode. Everyone. It was awesome to have everybody here. Sorry you missed the trivia, dude.
I just got nervous with all those high competitors there, and I had to dip out.
Well, that's quite the competition you're up against. And, I know Bryce just nailed it on the head there. He did pretty well this time around. So you each hold a victory at this point, being the second Star Wars trivia night.
Yeah, I see he didn't get stuck behind Clone Wars questions this time, eh?
Oh, no, yeah. It's he actually did really well this time with the Clone Wars. Managed to get enough that he knew the answers to just move on and hit the things that he knew really well in the later tiers with the Legends material and all that. So it's Star Wars Day as of tomorrow. Well, as of the day that everyone's going to be listening to this episode, it will be Star Wars Day. So happy Star Wars Day.
May the Fourth be with you.
Yes, may the 4th be with you. And speaking of which, the saying actually originated 42 years ago in England, of all places. Yeah, so the first Star Wars Day was May 4th, 1979. Margaret Thatcher took the job as Prime Minister in the United Kingdom. And the Conservatives placed a congratulatory advertisement in the London Evening News saying, "May the 4th be with you, Maggie. Congratulations." So this year, we celebrate not only the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm, but we also celebrate the 42nd Star Wars Day.
That's pretty crazy. Then
it's pretty nuts,
just over
right?
time, spread all over the globe. That's crazy to me that Star Wars Day started before the original trilogy was complete.
Yeah, it is nuts, actually. Yeah, when you think about it. I mean,
because
I
it's
guess
something
they only
that
had...
I thought would have come about during the dark times.
Yeah, I would have thought so too. I actually didn't know this until I did some research, and I was like, oh wow, that was a long time ago. Like, not what I was expecting. But yeah, at that point, there would have only been one Star Wars movie.
Yeah, exactly. And it already
the holiday
had
special, I guess, maybe.
What's funny is they didn't base the holiday around the holiday special. I think we all know a good reason to why that is.
Oh yeah, totally. It's the same reason that we haven't seen anything Ewok Adventures related for well over 30 years at this point.
That's true. I think it's about time Lucasfilm remade the Star Wars Christmas special.
Oh, I have no doubt about it. Though around Christmas time this year, I'm pretty sure we'll see at least a digital version published to Disney Plus, or even one step up from that, maybe even remastered a little bit.
Was it not in the bundle they just put up of all the old stuff?
No, it wasn't.
They're still hiding it.
They're still buried it. Yeah, it's still underground in its coffin.
That's really funny.
The 20 nails that keeps it shut.
Yeah, they had a new one every year because they're worried that it's going to come back.
Oh, yeah. You can't keep it down, though. People on YouTube, they got it up there for everyone to see. So
did you ever? You have the Ewok movies. Do you have the Christmas special on DVD?
No, and the reason is because they never republished that on DVD.
Again, it's a good reason for it, but
right, yeah.
I know you can find it. You can find copies of it. I might have one somewhere.
At least we're not we're not surfing the dark web for it, kind of thing. you can find it on YouTube. So
dark web for illegal activities and watching the Star Wars Christmas special.
So it's Star Wars Day. Naturally, a lot of stuff going on. What do you normally do for Star Wars Day on a yearly basis? Like, do you have a routine or like a habit?
I usually just watch the movies.
I like anything.
Exciting,
I feel like we gotta do something, because the group of us or whatever, it would be fun at some point to do a Star Wars Day where we actually, trade gifts or something like that. Like treat it like a Christmas.
It'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Do like Star Wars
gifts.
gifts.
Little Star Wars gifts. Do like a $20 budget and see what we can find.
We could make it almost like a New Year's celebration where we all watch A New Hope together and time it so right at midnight the Death Star blows up.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good way to do it. I've never actually personally never celebrated Star Wars Day in the sense that maybe other people do. I've never put up any decor and never put anything out because I live in this environment anyways, like I live amongst the posters and the collectibles.
Yeah.
It's like I already live in Star Wars Day.
Yeah, it's every day is Star Wars.
Yeah,
Day,
every day is Star Wars Day to a lot of
fans.
us fans. Yeah, totally. I mean, I feel like Star Wars Day on a global basis now it's crazy. Like it's so big, and we'll get into all the reasons why in just a bit. But I mean, for one, if you type in Star Wars right now into Google, you'll be able to see Star Wars style confetti just flying down from the top. And
that's pretty funny. Yeah, they did a special.
Oh yeah,
thing.
and it's like you don't see that for too many fandoms at all. I mean, like there's no Lord of the Rings Day where they do that. There's no Marvel Day. It's Star Wars Day. Star Wars Day is like the.
It's actually surprising. You think they would have done that by now, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe there's just no calendar day that sounds like something from Lord of the Rings.
Right, and there's no there even things where it is an unofficial holiday to those fans. Like I know there is a Harry Potter Day, and I forget if it's the day that Harry goes back to school or if it's Harry's birthday, or I forget if it's when the first book was released. But it's one of those three. As a Harry Potter fan, I feel like I shouldn't be even calling myself a Harry Potter fan if I don't even know that. But I love the movies to death.
They have one day, Josh. They have one day.
I know, right? I've got the Harry Potter World app on my phone. I've got the books all on my shelf, and I still haven't read them. Like a lot of them are still in the cellophane, and it's because like they're super collectors. So they're also first prints from the UK that have been shipped all the way out here and everything like that. But
it's little nerd flex,
right?
there.
Yeah, totally, yeah. But I mean, I self clarify. I kind of consider myself a level of a Harry Potter fan. I'm definitely not the biggest one out there, but it's I like Harry Potter quite a bit, and they've got their own celebratory day, but it's not nearly as well recognized.
And you know what? I will say this: Harry Potter Land at Universal is way better than Star Wars Land at Disney.
I haven't been to Star Wars Land Disney yet, but I would not be surprised if that was the case. Because Harry Potter Land was awesome. Man. Like the Wizarding World at Florida, California.
Man, they did such a good job.
So
with that.
good.
I was so impressed. It is
inspired. Like a Galaxy's Edge is inspired from Wizarding World. Like Wizarding World came first. So like it's there's something special about that park right there. And it's just like there's something about being in the Harry Potter. It's magical. Like there's nothing magical about being in the Star Wars universe, or at least how I interpret that way. It's cool. It's awesome. I mean, we're all hardcore Star Wars fans. It's fantastic. You get to go to a place that looks like you're in Star Wars, but it's just, there's something about Harry Potter that's just got that extra little spice,
It's easier to become immersed in the Harry Potter universe than the Star Wars universe, I think.
Yeah. It's
part
earthly.
Of that is probably exactly,
based on Earth.
because it's more earthly. Yeah. It's more like a hidden society within Earth as opposed to the galaxy far away from different aliens.
Yeah, exactly. And you feel like you're in that hidden society once you're there, and you see people, unlike Star Wars Land where you're not even allowed to dress up because Disneyland, right? Harry Potter Land, they let you buy all the robes and everything. Like you can walk by people on the street.
I didn't think about that, but
it's true, right? Like you can't, and they even tell you to put your lightsabers away when you buy them. But at Harry Potter Land, they encourage it. You buy a wand and you can go in the park, and they have the interactive areas where you wave your wand, stuff happens, like it's much more immersive.
And trust me, those wands are pretty dangerous too. You could poke an eye out.
Totally. I feel like we talked about Harry Potter too much on the Star Wars podcast already, but it's Star Wars Day. All right. So
it's related. It's related to
It is related.
Star Wars.
We're all
Land.
celebratory nerds of some kind, and it's many fandoms. My point being, Star Wars Day is the biggest celebrated fandom day, at least in my opinion, as far as I can tell, in the world. Like it's the biggest thing out there, and it started 42 years ago. It's crazy. It's crazy. So,
and Star Wars doesn't have one, but two holidays. It's Force Friday.
That's right. Yeah, we got the Force Fridays that normally celebrated the release of the new movies that came out in winter.
Mhm.
Yeah, all the release of the new toys and everything like that. So yeah, totally.
You watch your month. Black Friday, Force Friday. It's a busy time of year.
Yeah, totally. Well, and speaking of all the sales that normally happen on Black Friday, I mean, Star Wars Day is a great day to pick up stuff on sale. And, I feel like there's a good chance to run through some of those prices right now. So to many of you guys out there who haven't been checking in with our Twitter feed, it's at SW Escape Podcast. We also got a copy of the Twitter on the Discord. So, feel free to join that. There's a news section in there where you can get copies of the tweets. But there's so many Star Wars deals. Check out the links in the description of this podcast episode and the Twitter feed. Star Wars Squadrons, 50 to 75% off. Star Wars games on Steam. Everything from Squadrons on the PlayStation, Xbox Store, all the way to every Star Wars game on Steam, and even Epic Games and EA and all this and that. It's crazy. You can get anything. Sims, Minecraft, Battlefront. It's all on sale right now. So make sure you check that out. $70 Canadian for the entire Oculus Star Wars bundle. So translate that into
What is it?
US however you like.
What is it normally?
But sorry, what?
What is it normally?
It's I think it's 25% off each game, roughly around there. Okay. So you're getting Vader Immortal episodes 1, 2, 3, Tales from a Galaxy's Edge, and Star Wars VR Pinball, the latest VR Star Wars game. So you get all of those games in one bundle for $70. It's not bad. It's pretty good. So you also get right now, if you buy a Lego set over $85 on Star Wars Day, being today, you get a free Lego Star Wars Tatooine Homestead building set. It's actually got a decent amount of pieces to it, and that's with any Lego set over $85 on Lego.com.
And for those who have been waiting, the Lego Mandalorian Razor Crest is finally back in stock. So make a move now, and you get a bonus Lego set.
Awesome.
That's also Star Wars themed. Get the Homestead.
That's a good call out. Yeah, it's a good flag.
I've been watching that thing for months, man. It just it comes back in stock and then it's out of stock the next day.
You buying it?
I've gone back and forth on it. I think I will. I keep talking myself up to doing it, and then I hesitate, and then it's out of stock again.
Is it officially called the Mandalorian ship or the Razor Crest?
They renamed it.
Yeah, because I knew they renamed it. I just forget what they renamed it to and from.
It originally was Razor Crest, and then there was a different company that patented the toy name, so they had to change it.
Oh, okay. I see. All right. Interesting. Well, that's a thing then. So score that Lego set.
But you'd think because they got the license from Disney in the first place, they wouldn't have to worry about that. It doesn't make sense to me. But.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. It really doesn't. But I mean, actually, do me a favor. Google search the May the 4th Lego Star Wars deal for this year. It's actually not a bad looking. It's a micro set, but it's cool. Like it's got a nice little display. It's it's got the Lars Homestead there with the Jawa Sandcrawler and a little plaque that says Lego Star Wars 2021.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. So it's a small little thing, but it's cool. It's a cool little desk buddy.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Cool little desk buddy. But yeah, you get that for any set over $85. So, if you're going to buy a Lego Star Wars set, might as well buy it today, score something extra.
Just like that, your parts per piece go way down.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Parts per piece, that's how many pieces is that? I don't know. I was looking like 50 pieces or something.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad, yeah.
If you get something around $85 or whatever, it's going to bring your piece count down quite a bit. Because I know for Lego, with Star Wars specifically, it's always extra expensive to other sets because of the IP. So it's really rare that you get a good price count per price.
Yeah, it's true. Into the Dark, the new High Republic book, is up for 99 cents on ebook. So if you have a Kobo or a Kindle, I actually didn't check as to which store it's on. It might be all of them. I wouldn't be surprised if it was all of them. But you can snag the one of the newest High Republic books for 99 cents right now on those shops, which is pretty good price. It's all considering it's like 2 months old or something like that.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Cufflinks is having a 75% off sale. Now, I don't know if you remember this, but I have a tie that has Darth Vader helmets all over it. It's silvery. It's nice.
I think I recall it.
Yeah. I wore it at the wedding. So 75% off that particular site. They've got everything from Darth Vader cufflinks, Stormtrooper. You know, they got the ties, they got Grogu ties, Mandalorian ties, they got everything. It's a crazy sale going on there. Normally the stuff is pretty pricey, so I'll definitely jump on that. Anyone out there?
Yeah, 75% is a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, it's up to. So I mean, there's some things that won't be, but you know, it's regardless, any Star Wars stuff on there is probably on sale. So you know, definitely check it out. They also announced a new Sideshow premium format Ahsoka Tano statue. Now, you got to look up a picture of this because it's absolutely gorgeous. Like, just Google search Ahsoka Tano premium format figure announced by Sideshow. It was a D23 exclusive reveal. I feel like I missed the entire premise that D23 happened. I don't know if it's about to happen or if it already happened. I totally missed it, but it's
I just know it's the Disney thing.
Yeah, it's a crazy cool looking statue. She's stylized after her appearance in Star Wars Rebels. So she's got the 2 white lightsabers, and she's
in the long Leku before it was shortened in Mandalorian.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Why did they do that, man? I don't know. I get it because they had to. You know, they wanted it more stunt friendly, but still, it bothers me.
Aesthetically, it looks better longer.
Yeah.
Like it to me, she looks like wiser, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it just makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I think if it was that big of a problem on set, they should have just CG'd them.
They really should have. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we'll see it.
I mean, they've been CG in every other version of her canon, so it's not that weird.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that obscure.
So you're getting this, right? I'm looking at it now. It's pretty good.
Pretty sweet looking. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. How much is it? It's, what is it here? I can't find the cost on it.
I don't know if it might not release the price till tomorrow.
Maybe that's true. It's worth keeping an eye on. But yeah, pretty cool.
I don't see anything anyway.
Pretty cool looking statue, that's for sure.
The art style kind of reminds me of that Yoda statue, and he's like stabbing into the stormtrooper.
Oh yeah, that's I like that statue a lot. That's a really cool statue. Like Yoda throwing his man, honestly, like it's those kind of statues though that they make them for so long, then they go out of print, and then you can't score one after they're out of print, and then they just hike up in value like
that's what happens,
hundreds of dollars later. You know, it's like
you got to get it while it's there.
Oh yeah, totally. It's nuts, like how much stuff, but
yeah, you gotta sift through. You gotta know. Buy the R5 unit. Don't buy the 2 anti-evil versions of C3PO.
Yeah.
R2D2. 000 and
000
what's
BT,
the other one? That's the one.
Yeah, BT something or another. Oh man, who cares anymore? All right, anyone listening, the joke is we gotta fill people in here. So myself, Blake, Bryce, we were all at Celebration 2017. Blake and I decided to go for the Dr. Aphra Koto Bioku premium format figures, which are, pretty cool looking. And we're like, yeah, those are going to go up in value for sure. They're out of a comic book, a little more obscure. Yeah. And Bryce.
And they advertise them as that, right? Like ultra rare, whatever. Of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And then Bryce went for the other exclusive that was there, which was just the R5 unit that has a bad motivator, right?
Yeah. From New Hope.
Yeah. And when
it was half the price.
It was cheaper by a little bit. Yeah. And we get back to Canada, and this is like a month or two later or something like that, looking up the prices, and his is worth way more than ours is, like online.
Yeah, significantly more.
It's just our luck, Not that we bought them to resell, but
we got caught up in the hype, man. Because like, if you just stopped and think about it for a second, of course, the original trilogy character is going to do better. Like it just makes sense.
Yeah, I know. We just got played, is what it is. We just overthought things. We thought, you know what? People are gonna want these obscure characters in the future. It's gonna be worth a lot of money. Let's just invest, right?
It's possible. It's a long-term run because they're only going to make those once. They're probably going to make a lot of bad motivated droids.
I haven't checked to see since then how much they are, but it was funny though that we hopped on and
we got duped. We got so played typical. Or a couple of rubes.
Yeah, so typical, it's just whatever, right?
That was so much fun. We got to go to the next one. Maybe this time you'll have a panel.
For sure. Next time they have it for sure, we'll have to go. And I believe they did announce the next one. Is it in Chicago?
The last one was in Chicago, I think.
Yeah, actually you're right. I think the last one was in Chicago. We didn't go to that one.
I think the next one's in Miami again.
Yeah, you might be right. Just trying to find that out actually. You know what? This Wikipedia page is useless. It doesn't have it on there, but okay, whatever the case. It was supposed to be an update on Celebration 2020. Here it is. So they did cancel. They postponed it to Anaheim, August 18th to the 21st, 2022. So it's next year. And anyone who did buy their tickets last year had the option of a refund or could just hold on to it for the next year. So that was all due to COVID, of course. But yeah.
Well, book your hotels now because I know as soon as they announce it, hotels just instantly sell out.
No kidding. Hey, I mean, it's so hard to to even guess whether or not we'll be able to go depending on the border situation or whatever. Yeah. But we'll figure it out.
It's true.
All right. So a couple other things came up on my radar. I was looking for just little news bits for Star Wars Day, and I don't know if you knew this, but Disney Cruise Line, they announced a brand new ship in their Disney Wish lineup, and this ship is going to feature a Star Wars lounge on board, stylized
like a cantina.
Yeah, like stylized completely after Dryden Voss's really spiced up cantina place from Solo.
That one.
Yeah, so
that's funny. I would have expected them to just do the Tatooine.
That's what they acknowledged this on an interview somebody did that worked for the Disney Cruise Line, and they said we have Galaxy's Edge that has this more gritty out in the outer rim kind of galactic style about it, and because a cruise is always fancy and flashy and all that stuff, they thought that this other version would actually work better for the cruise lineup because of its high class feel.
I get that. But I also think it's more of a gamble.
Yeah, it's like you think that people might not enjoy it as much.
I think people are less likely to book a cruise because of it for that reason. But people who are there, the plus side for them is people who don't even know what it is probably won't even notice that it's Star Wars.
It has like that immersive bay window that has the galaxy outside and the hyperspace and whatever else.
Yeah, but they might just think it's some weird futuristic thing they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, you take your 80-year-old grandmother on that boat, she's not going to go what the heck it is. Yeah.
Remember there being mountains out there?
Where are we? Is this ship flying out? Is this a water boat? I thought it was a water boat.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. I see what they're doing though, like because of that reason. Like it's a little more subtle. And whereas if you're on a cruise ship and you walk into a room and everything's made out of sand. They have this problem because it's coarse and it's dry and it gets everywhere.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Oh man, taking you all to the galaxy's best beaches so you can get sandied up.
That's right.
All right, so one of the last things that I gotta run through here, very interesting piece of news. This really struck me attention-wise. There was a book written by Kenneth C. Flint back in 1992, set to be released in 1993, that was never published, but it was finished, and it was never published. And it was supposed to launch alongside I believe it was the original Thrawn trilogy, Heir to the Empire, which sorry, I'm just looking this up. Heir to the Empire book series was published in the first one being in 1991. So as the years kind of went by, because there was 3 of those books, right? This novel called Star Wars: The Heart of the Jedi was supposed to be a novel that featured the characters that we know and love immediately after Episode 6, and led into the Thrawn trilogy. So they had
So bridge that gap.
So Kenneth Flint and Timothy Zahn was supposed to be the 2 authors back then, writing for Lucasfilm, making these new stories that took place after Episode 6. Anyway, this Star Wars: The Heart of the Jedi book was totally buried even after it was finished. It was set to be released, totally finished, ready to go, and then killed off. Totally done, right?
Classic Lucasfilm
news. Now, the reason because of this is that, and this is their reason, is that it didn't fit into the story narrative that the Thrawn trilogy was building. That was their excuse, or something like that.
Why wouldn't they have told the author that while he was writing it?
I don't know. And that's the thing. I think that kind of brings me to the conclusion as to why we have things like the story group today, is to keep everyone on track, right? To keep everyone in the same place. But back then they didn't have anything like that. And it makes me wonder who was actually in charge of that stuff, because it was a failure on their part to actually coordinate with these 2 authors to make a story that actually made sense.
Might have been George.
George, I think always gave the stamp of approval, but
like, is it gonna make money?
It's gonna make money.
I mean, it's possible. Proved.
It's gonna make about $100,000 a year. Yeah, sure.
Classic George, such a capitalist.
All right, so I found I'm crediting StarWarsTimeline.net for this article, but I'm just going to read a small piece here. So this long lost novel, commissioned and approved by Lucasfilm, was set to be released in 1993, disappeared without a trace. For many years, fans wondered what became of the book and why it was never published. And so it was chalked up to yet another tragic lost world story that no one would ever get to read or enjoy, or so we thought. Kenneth C. Flint's complete novel, The Heart of the Jedi, has been unearthed. Published here in 4-chapter installments, it has been edited to fit into the existing expanded universe, taking place a short time after the truce at Bakura, and at the end of issue 107 of the Marvel series, but before the X-Wing comic book series. So they're pretty much taking this dead novel, and since then other stuff has come out. They've edited this book to literally take place between all that stuff.
But still in the EU.
Yeah. So for
that's gonna be so confusing.
EU, aka Star Wars Legends, not canon material. If you're really into the EU, though, this is kind of a must-have. And for the biography of the author, they do have an entire page of behind the scenes of the history of the book as well. They've got 2 pages worth of articles there. I'm going to link them all down in the description of this podcast episode. But the opening crawl is: Darth Vader and the Emperor are no more. The Alliance has officially become the New Republic. And as Han Solo and Princess Leia and the new Chief of State Mon Mothma emerge triumphant against the diminishing Empire, the Imperial remnant fights on until the long silent Imperial Senate rises up to call for peace. But not everyone wants peace. The High Admiral Tharkas has made plans to ensure the Empire will reemerge under his rule. At his side stands the mysterious Dioscoroi, beings of rare and deadly powers. For Luke Skywalker, exhausted from years of fighting, the time has come to depart upon a journey of discovery, a journey that will lead him to a secret long ago hidden by Obi-Wan Kenobi. So that's the premise of the book, and it was revised in 2015, and again, written by Kenneth C. Flint. You can read the book for free online, and even more crazy is you can buy a paperback, independent published copy on Amazon with it's got a full colored cover and everything like that. It's completely unofficial. It's non-profit. Legally, they can't make any money off of it because it's technically at this point fan fiction, even though it is paid for by Lucasfilm. They never published it.
And it would have
been licensed. Yeah, and that's the craziest part of it. It's the only piece of Star Wars fan fiction that's actually expanded universe material once upon a time.
I actually might need to snag this.
Yeah, so you can buy it on Amazon.
If not only just because I really feel terrible for that author who put in all that effort and all that work and then waited till he was done, and then Lucasfilm says, yeah, we're not going to release it.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Honestly, if you're in the States, you can buy it for $10.79. If you're in Canada, you can buy it for the same plus conversion and, of course, $9 of Amazon global shipping fee. So $20 US. Convert that to Canadian, about $25. So, it's not bad. The reason why it's so cheap.
It's got a retro cover.
Yeah. And it's all kind of custom done and everything like that. I've seen pictures of the book itself. It's legitimate. Like you look at it and it's like, that's a paperback book that you would grab off the shelf. Like it's pretty crazy.
It's kind of a cool talking piece if you know the story behind it too.
Oh yeah, totally. In fact, like I would love to even, if Kenneth is even, if he's on social media, if I can get a hold of him, I would love to get him on the show and just like talk to him about this
That'd
book.
be cool. Just talk about everything that happened. That'd be a great, like,
oh yeah, totally. So, I mean, this recent kind of unearthment has gained a little bit of attraction, I think. And so before, I mean, it's tough to say whether or not this could be taken down, but this was published in paperback on Amazon March 4th, 2021. And that is where you can buy it. It's the only place you can buy it, as far as I know. And once again, it's as cheap as it is because it's not actually a profit-made book. Because, you're only paying for the printing cost, the Amazon fees, everything to keep it as legal as possible. But it's amazing that we can even get this reprinted copy. I mean, this is for private collectors, people who really want to own the full EU storyline. This is kind of like the gem on top of your collection.
For people in Canada, it is available on Amazon.ca for $16 and it has free shipping.
Oh, it is? Okay, perfect.
That may be for Prime only, but that's what
awesome. Well, thanks for adding that in. That's good. So yeah, whether you're in the US, Canada, I don't know about you guys in the UK, but it's worth checking in on. But yeah, The Heart of the Jedi, newest addition to the Star Wars Legends timeline, and probably the only last one that we're going to get.
Most likely. And just the fact that it was coming out around the time of the Thrawn trilogy, which in my opinion is the greatest Star Wars novel trilogy that's come out, definitely piques my interest.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, totally. So this might even be one that you make your way through at some point.
Yep, I'm in the middle of buying it right now.
Amazing. All right, so while you're doing that, I'm gonna move on to our next subject, which is new Disney Plus content dropping today as of May the 4th. We have 3 different items on the menu. Actually, technically it's 4. So first thing, I'll just breeze through these first 3, and then we'll kind of hit the 4th one hard. So Maggie Simpson in The Force Awakens from its nap. We're doing a Simpsons crossover with Star Wars. In a daycare far, far away, but still in Springfield, Maggie is on an epic quest for her stolen pacifier. Her adventure brings her face to face with young Padawans, Sith Lords, familiar droids, rebel scum, and the ultimate battle against the dark side in this original short celebrating the Star Wars galaxy. We have a second thing called Star Wars.
I just want to point out how incredibly random that is.
Absolutely. I mean, Simpsons, Star Wars crossover. I guess they thought, okay, well, we got Robot Chicken, we got Family Guy, might as well have Simpsons, right? What's left, right?
Yeah. mean, Simpsons only been running for 25 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, Disney owns it now is the crazy part. You can watch Simpsons on Disney Plus.
Yeah, because of Fox. Yeah. I thought they were going to pull it.
Well, they did censor some of the stuff. I think,
really?
Yeah, there was 1 or 2 episodes. There's some backlash about it not that long ago, but there was.
Oh, was it because of a poo?
I totally forget. There was some censored material on there. I don't know if they decensored it now that they've released Star, which has got R-rated movies on it.
Yeah, exactly. I also recall at some point they started putting labels on stuff, not necessarily removing.
Yeah, Disney Plus has some work to do. That's for sure. Behind the scenes, like they got some building of making that platform a little smoother and more accessible and less restricted. And
one of the most annoying parts when you first sign in, this prompt comes up and it says, "Would you like to restrict yourself to like only like 13 plus and lower?" And if you're not paying attention, you say yes, then you're just like half of your stuff is just gone.
My goodness, that's crazy.
Yeah, I even had a thread at work where people were trying to figure it out. Like, I'd like call in and like get this fixed. I'm like, you actually just can just go to settings.
Yeah. You can just tweak it in your settings, Yeah.
Oh man. Because that happened to a friend of mine. Because it just like came up and just hit yes. I'm like, crap.
Yeah. It can happen.
And then it's too late.
Oh man, that sucks. All right, well, we got another thing called Star Wars Biomes. Take a virtual vacation to some of the Star Wars film's most iconic and beloved locations like Hoth, Tatooine, and Sorgan in this charming series, which whisks you off for a flyover tour of a galaxy far, far away. So it seems interesting that they're doing something like that. I mean, Sorgam was featured in The Mandalorian in episode 4, Sanctuary. It's the farming village that we see the Seven Samurai style episode. And it was. I mean, it's cool that they're doing something like that. I feel like that could be a really interesting way to. For fans who just kind of casually watch these things and then don't really pay attention to the name of the planets and everything, it's a cool way to kind of also world build upon those planets, but also make them a little more familiar with fans that just watch the staple movies and might not really know a whole lot about, the locations that these movies take place in. So,
yeah, because some movies. Is it Rogue One?
Oh, yeah.
Which one? One of the movies that came out. It jumped between so many planets so Rogue Fast. One. You just get so
and that's
confused.
The only movie, Rogue One, to have the name of the planets when you get there. And I really liked that. Like it also kind of took me out of it for a little. It took some time getting used to that because you never see text show up during a Star Wars movie, right? But
I think part of that was because after Gareth Edwards, he filmed most of it. They brought in another director, and he was the guy who did the Bourne series. Yeah. In the Bourne movies, I think they always do that. So I think that might have been part of the reason.
Wouldn't be surprised. It's actually a good idea. Like it took some time getting used to because it was the first Star Wars movie for me that I ever saw that did that. But I actually really liked it because there were so many places and new places that is not even repeat places, but brand new places we'd never seen before. And maybe in the script, they just didn't have time to name that planet because in the Star Wars movies that don't have that, it's like, oh yeah, we're going off to Savareen or whatever, right? And it's like, oh yeah, that's Savareen, right? But there's a visual and audible cue there. But in this movie, it's like they didn't even verbally acknowledge the name of the planets half the time. And so,
they just went there.
So I like the fact that they did that, right? But this series is brilliant.
That might have been why, because that exact reason. It wasn't written into the script like most Star Wars movies.
Yeah, totally. And but what I was really peeved about is that they didn't name Mustafar, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, can you?"
Yeah, that's so
is
funny.
This still like a prequel backlash going on right now that they didn't name the one planet?
No one's allowed to know.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I was so mad. I was like, you got to be kidding me! Like the only planet. It's like, is this because we've seen it before, or like maybe? I hope so. I mean,
didn't they? I feel like they named Coruscant. No, they didn't. They didn't. Flashback. Okay, so there's two. Yeah. So it's both prequel planets.
Well, to be fair, with Coruscant, though, you didn't see it from a bird's eye view. You just saw the scenes take place. So I can understand why they didn't do it there. But with Mustafar, I was like, dude, like, why? Just throw it in there, man. Anyway, Star Wars Biomes, genius. Thanks to whoever came up with that idea. That was awesome. So a third series is also a Star Wars series, Star Wars Vehicle Flythroughs. Get up close and personal with two of the Star Wars film's most iconic and beloved ships in this charming content leads viewers, as this charming content leads viewers on an exploration of the memorable interiors and exteriors of the Millennium Falcon and an Imperial Star Destroyer. So I feel like this will be like Star Wars Biomes, but dedicated to ships and vehicles. Wouldn't be surprised if we ever got one based in Jabba's sail barge kind of thing, stuff like that.
Is this a VR thing?
This is a Disney Plus. These are Disney Plus series that's coming out. Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting, right? I mean, like I've seen all this Marvel stuff like assembled and all these behind the scenes things for that. But Star Wars never really had any of that so far. And now we're actually getting some. So Biomes and Vehicle Flythroughs, it's going to be cool. Finally get that.
Start filling stuff out. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Because I've actually been really curious what a full interior of a Star Destroyer would be like. Because those ships are huge.
Yeah, those ships are massive. Yeah.
So I was kind of hoping it'd be a VR thing, because if you could explore an entire Star Destroyer interior,
that would be cool. That would be cool. I mean, you know, it's if anyone at ILMX Labs is listening, I mean, you know, take a hint. This is a good suggestion. Yeah, I'd pay $12 for that for sure. Yeah, tour us whole navigate through a Star Destroyer like inside and out kind of thing, like every single nook and cranny. Like, done. Here's my money.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, go in there as a group and maybe have like laser tag or something.
Yeah, something like that. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I wouldn't be surprised if the Vehicle Flythroughs got into the Death Star at some point. You know, maybe see the Stormtrooper cafeteria. The I don't know, the bedrooms, you know, the cabin rooms, I guess, and training rooms, refreshers, the bathrooms, the conference rooms. I don't know.
It's not a crisper, refresher.
Dude, the crisper's the kitchen, refresher's the bathroom.
Yeah.
Or the crisper, the crisper was a fridge or something, wasn't it?
Crisper is the drawer in the fridge put fruit in.
Oh yeah, I have a crisper.
That's what it is. Like, that's what people always get those two mixed up, which is why it's really funny.
That's too funny. All right. Okay. And then absolutely, of course, the fourth thing dropping today is the Bad Batch series with a 70 to 72 minute premiere launch episode. This is over the length of an hour. It's almost the equivalent to like a Star Wars movie, basically. And a little,
it's a length of a TV movie for sure. So now people are going to be really stuck because they're going to have to pick between watching Caravan of Courage or the new Bad Batch episode.
Tough choice.
I mean, same time length, so you can only watch one.
What do you guys choose? Let us know in the comments. No.
Yeah.
Don't let us know. Just go and watch Bad Batch. So a friend of mine actually suggested to me, because and this normally would be a full episodic thing, a separate podcast episode that we do, and we're running at 46 minutes at the moment into our post trivia discussion, so we'll just take about 10 minutes to kind of do this thing, but we're going to do a mini what happened with the Bad Batch, and just from our memory and also from Wikipedia, just recount kind of where we meet these characters, kind of in the context that they do show up in, and then we'll kind of speculate on the Bad Batch show. And even though we haven't seen the premiere yet, we do as people are listening to this episode right now, this Bad Batch premiere does exist. But that aside, I mean, obviously it's a 16 episode length season, so there's a lot to speculate on, and we can even just take a moment to watch the trailer and speculate on that too. So
there's a lot of cool stuff in that trailer, and there's been some leaks. I don't know if you talked about the leaks on your podcast.
I haven't. If you want to bring it up though, spoilers ahead. Anyone who may or may not want to hear more about the Bad Batch, spoilers might be sprinkled through.
Yeah, don't blame us. Blame Lego. They're the ones that messed up.
Yeah, Lego's the culprit. It's always the toys.
It's always the toys, man. I think the same leak came out like a week later by Hasbro as well or something.
Oh, man. All right. What happened to Bad Batch? So, Season 7, Episode 1, The Bad Batch. Season 7, Episode 2, A Distant Echo. Season 7, Episode 3, On the Wings of Kirdax. And Season 7, Episode 4, Unfinished Business. We're going to do a quick What Happened mini episode inside this May the 4th special. Let's get into it. So these originally were made for season 6 before the cancellation. These existed as proxy animation episodes for years, but remained to be fan favorites. People wanted to see the finished versions. And so they actually finished those, stuck them in season 7, called it a day. And to this day, we still have 20-something odd missing Clone Wars episodes that we never got. Because they decided to cut some corners and was like, okay, we're going to finish the Clone Wars, but we're also not going to finish the Clone Wars. we're going to give it a finale, but we're not going to make an entire season that goes in between here and here. So,
well, yeah, and we're also going to hack together some books and stuff and push out storylines that way.
Exactly. So we had the Dark Disciple novel, which was 8 Clone Wars episodes. We had the Son of Dathomir Darth Maul comic, which was 4 episodes, and so on and so forth. So let's start off with the Bad Batch, season 7, episode 1. So it kicks off with the Battle of Anaxis, and the Republic's shipyards are under attack by Admiral Trench, who's miraculously come back from the dead. He's got like half a robotic face going on because of his appearance early on in the Clone Wars show. Anakin.
For those who don't remember, he was the tarantula spider guy.
The tarantula spider guy. So he's the one that was in, if you watch them chronologically, he's in the very, very first episode ever. And Anakin beats him in a cat and mouse game flying around outside with a cloak ship. So he's back. Jedi Generals Mace Windu and Anakin Skywalker lead a 2-pronged assault on the ground and in the air. But after weeks of heated battle and mounting losses, the Republic's grip on Anaxis begins to slip away. So during the plot of this episode, the idea that I believe it's Rex or Cody. I think it's Cody, actually. Yeah, it was Commander Cody who comes up with the idea and to bring in the Bad Batch, which is an elite group of clone troopers that underwent unique and desirable mutations.
I don't think it's necessarily they chose to do it. I think there are experimentations by the Kaminoans.
Yeah, that's I think that's a better way to put it. So they're also known as Clone Force 99.
Yeah. Yeah, and we talked about them a little bit, where they, in the original expanded universe, they did these exact same tests, but it was a batch of clones that got all of them. So there were these superhuman clones that they decided were not cost efficient and they weren't docile enough to take command, so they decided to not do that. But there was a batch of clones known as the Nulls that were super strong, super smart, super agile, all these things. And then kind of the Bad Batch is almost a bit of a twist on that, where they make one experiment for each one of the members of the Bad Batch.
Yeah, so let's run through the team. There's 4 members that they'd start off at least with 4 members on the team. So we got Sergeant Hunter, and he's basically got attuned reflexes and senses. He's got like an animal sense instinct about him, a sixth sense, if you would call it. He's just how would you explain his power?
Yeah, I'd say like a hunter. He's a really natural hunter, so he can like track things down. I'd say he's like the tracker
enhanced,
of the group.
Enhanced senses, I guess, is like the best way to put it.
Yeah, and like his style too, you can really tell kind of what they're going for. I'm trying to remember the. He's
kind of the leader. He's got a Rambo look about him. I think they Rambo, totally stylized him after Rambo.
He's very Rambo-y. I was half expecting him to have a bow.
He has a bandana. Yeah, he's got a bandana on his head.
Yeah. He's got the long hair going over top and everything, and he loves his knives.
He's very Rambo. I honestly would not put it past Dave to make him the Rambo of Star Wars. Like that's
They asked him about that, and he said it wasn't Rambo. Rambo was based on another character that's very similar. To Rambo.
All right. Well, it may as well be
Can't
Rambo.
remember what it is though. Yeah,
us here in
honestly.
Canada are rooting for Rambo roots. All right, we got Wrecker, who is the muscle on the team. His superpower is basically being the Incredible Hulk. He's got insane levels of strength.
Yeah, I would say he's probably the least interesting of the group. But I always find that's the case with the strong one. They're usually not given as much story. But we do know he's strong enough to lift up a laddie gunship by himself.
And he also loves blowing up things. Yeah. We got Tech, who is insanely smart, good with technology. He's hacker. He's basically Star Wars' very own Wes.
Hacking the mainframe.
Star Wars is
he really is. He's Wes. Totally.
Wes, if you're listening, you're Tech. I know you came last in trivia, but you're Tech. Sorry. All right. No, he's a smart guy. Super smart guy. Tech serves as the brains of the squad. Valued asset and high intellect, mastery of technology to ensure operations were successful. No less skilled in combat than the other three. He has his ways and very, very interesting. Every squad has a tech guy, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting that he's as good at combat, though, because usually the tech guy needs to be protected by everyone else. You know, your typical story.
Yeah. So this guy's no less capable than the rest. He's a clone in every right and still fights like a clone and all that stuff. So
yeah, it's interesting that these clones don't look like regular troopers either.
They've got a little bit of a twist about them. You know, they all got the same kind of look, but it's changed, right? Like you can tell that they're mutated to some degree.
They're all a little bit different. Like the next guy we're going to talk about, the sniper guy, he looks almost a little more German.
Yeah, so the last member is for now is Crosshair, and he serves as the team's sniper, and he has exceptional marksman skills. He's got mutated eyesight, so he's incredibly accurate. He's basically the Star Wars version of Bullseye from the Marvel universe. That's basically what he is. That's his power. Insane accuracy. So that's the Bad Batch. That's Clone Force 99, and they get brought in by Cody and Rex to help them pull off a mission of going towards they have to make their way to a place called the Cyber Center. And at the Cyber Center, they discover that there's a signal broadcasting there, which indicates that I think it's CT 1409 or something, or
the only one I know is 5555.
Right. So CT 1409 is I think it's that it's actually a hint that Echo is alive. And
it's crazy because he's been
dead,
at least left for dead or
since
dead
3
for it was a long time.
It was
ago.
in the Citadel arc in the third season of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. There's an episode called Counterattack, which killed off clone ARC Trooper Echo, and he's been dead for a long time, but it appears now in this first episode of the arc that he is very possibly alive. So lots of action.
I do wonder if Dave planned that or if he just saw it as a threat he could pick up.
I wonder. Whatever the case, they brought him back. It's a fan favorite. Of course, by the time that Echo comes back, his best buddy Fives is now dead, because out of the two of them, Fives made it out of the Citadel and Echo died. Yeah. But then Fives actually got shot in the stomach when he was investigating the chips in the clones' brains. Right, he was figured out the plot that was actually at works by Palpatine. He discovered the truth before anyone else, and he actually told Rex. Yeah, and it was actually because of Echo's file that Rex was able to figure out what was inside of the clones that made them betray the Jedi. So in the Clone Wars,
that saved Ahsoka.
Yeah, that saved
as well.
Ahsoka, right? So it was actually because of Fives that the whole thing actually got started. And then because of all that, because they thought he was losing his mind, a bunch of clone troopers came in when he was supposed to meet in private with Skywalker and Rex to tell them the secret. And before he could actually get it out, one of the clone troopers, the Coruscant security, ended up shooting him, and he actually died in Rex's arms, which was a very sad moment. And then now we have Echo coming back from the dead, basically, and showing up in the next couple episodes. So pretty nuts.
Very crazy.
So the next episode was called A Distant Echo. Conspiracy. After repeated setbacks on the planet Anaxis, an elite clone squad is deployed to investigate the Separatist tactical advantage. This special unit, called the Bad Batch, infiltrates Admiral Trench's cyber center to steal a strategic algorithm capable of predicting the Republic's every move. What our heroes found was a live signal from the ARC trooper known as Echo, a clone long believed to be dead. So in this episode, they realize, okay, Echo's got to be alive. Rex just keeps thinking it over and over in his head. He just can't believe that his friend's actually still around. I mean, how crazy would it be if you're in the military and then you found out that, one of your
It's a crazy twist. That's a very Marvel-like twist.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Isn't that what happened to Bucky?
Yeah, it is actually. So I mean, it's basically the same as Steve realizing like, his best buddies was he thought he was dead, but he was actually taken by the enemy camp and turned into a weapon of some kind. And that's basically what they've done.
Yeah, now think about it. It's the same storyline.
Yeah, it is. Hold on a second.
I didn't think about that before. Wait a minute.
All right. So in this episode, they find out that Wat Tambor of the Techno Union is
okay. Stop. Gotta pause for a moment. We have to give props that we're finally using the Techno Union, the greatest group of the entire Clone Wars. Oh my goodness!
You got okay, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I honestly wished that we had more of them through the length of the show, and we just never got enough of them. Like we had them only show up, even Wat Tambor. Like we had him show up once in the Ryloth arc. Like early on in season 2, I think it was, or season 1 or 2. It was one of the two of those. And that was it. Like we never had Techno Unit show up again, but now we finally get the Techno Unit. We got to see all those crazy cool battle droids with wings, their technology, their ships, their base of operations, everything like that.
And they designed the super battle droids as well.
And it's cool that they're the ones behind the reason why the reason why Echo's still alive, because they've strapped him to this life support machine and they're using his brain to come up with these algorithms of strategy to work against the Republic, because the clone, like Echo, knows the strategies of the Republic. So any strategy that they try to use against the Separatists, Echo's actually there as a slave on this computer system to counteract the strategy that they're using. So it'll warn them, the Separatists, basically, that, the Republic's doing this strategy. We got to do something that's not, to counter it, right? Yeah. So that's why they're actually winning the battles of Anaxis, because they're using Echo as a live kind of.
Yeah. Because I think Rex points out that they've lost every battle there.
Yeah. And he points out that any strategy that they try that they've used before doesn't work. And it's because that Echo knows all those strategies and they're extracting the information like an artificial intelligence from his head and being like, if they're using this strategy, we gotta work against that strategy right there. This is what they're gonna do. They're able to figure out what the Republic's gonna do next. So it's very cool tech. Like that's the only kind of thing that the Techno Unit would be capable of,
Pretty neat. And I was gonna say it's not that different actually than the old animated series where the Techno Union, we find out, is like cybernetically taking over the minds and then enhancing these native species of this planet.
That's a great point. So that was a Distant Echo, and I'm trying to remember what else. I'm trying to look through what else happened on this. I think, is this the one where they meet the natives of the planet?
Oh, the old
or maybe that was
episode?
The next one. They meet a native group aliens on the planet that they're not on good terms with, and then they end up making an alliance with, and they.
Oh yeah, because they don't want to get involved.
Yeah, there was something like that. So anyway, whatever. Let's move on to the next one. So next one, On the Wings of Kiradax. Trapped on an unsanctioned mission to rescue ARC Trooper Echo, General Skywalker, Captain Rex, and the Bad Batch traveled to Skako Minor, headquarters of the Techno Union. After a harrowing encounter with the natives, our heroes infiltrate the city of Perkol, only to find themselves surrounded by Wat Tambor's forces. So this is the episode where they break Echo out of his computer prison, and they do encounter the natives on this planet, and they fly some winged beasts. Kiradax is what they're called, and it was cool. We got to see some more of like what I was saying before, like the tech of all their bases and everything like that. It was a cool episode. Break Echo out of prison. And
finally see that he's alive, and Rex is finally justified in his theory, because one by one, I think it was Bad Batch, they all turned on him saying, what if it's just a signal?
Yeah, exactly. And the final episode in the arc is called Unfinished Business, and here is the plot summary. Reunited. With the help of the Bad Batch, Captain Rex rescues his old friend, ARC Trooper Echo, from the Techno Union. The Separatists' loss of Echo's strategic algorithms provided a chance for the Republic to turn the tide in the Battle of Anaxis. However, Echo's horrifying experience behind enemy lines leaves lingering questions to his true loyalty and uncertain future. So he's very damaged, Echo. He's half mechanical body, basically. He's like half a torso.
Yeah, it's very interesting because he's really become a representation of half Republic and half Separatist.
Yeah, he's a mix of clone and droid, basically, at this point.
And through this episode, I believe, and possibly the previous one, they actually use his connection to the Separatist system to then kind of dupe the Separatists into forcing them into failure.
Yeah.
Because he would still connect and try to tell them what they need to do to counter the Republic, but it would be the opposite of what they need to do, and they would screw themselves.
Right.
Up.
And so...
But that's what made the Bad Batch question his loyalty, because he might be leading them into a trap.
Yeah, exactly. They basically have to trust Echo that he's not corrupted and to help on the mission, because they choose to bring him along on this final mission because they gotta... There's the final base that they have to take over. Mace Windu and Obi-Wan Kenobi also played a big part on this episode. It turns out that there's actually a bomb on the base of this operation, and it's a bomb that could potentially destroy the planet, basically, Anaxis. And in this episode, they actually spoilers ahead. They actually managed to succeed, but they have to trust Echo to actually help them do that, because Echo provides a good distraction by providing the wrong algorithm. Yeah, the wrong intel to the Separatists, but they have to trust that he's not going to feed them information what the Republic's plan is, right? So there's a whole dynamic there, which is really, really cool. And the interesting part about Anaxis is that when we see Anaxis in Star Wars Rebels, the planet is blown up. Like, it is all cratered away and asteroids flying around the surface and everything like that.
I didn't realize we even went there in Rebels.
Yeah, it's the base where I think it's in season 1 where the Rebels crew has to pick up supplies from a place, and they go to an old Republic, is what they call it, base on Anaxis. And it is the same base that we see in these episodes where the Republic is based out of. And they have to fight off those creatures in the dark. It's also the first time that Ezra uses the dark side to manipulate that beast.
Oh, I know that episode.
Yeah, and he has
those cat things, and he uses it. That's the first time they encounter.
That's right. Yeah, it's like he has a vision of the Inquisitor, and he uses, or something like that. And it was like a single episode, and Hera and Sabine were getting all this cargo onto the ship, and So that was a nexus, and it's all ruined and everything. Like, you know, it's so it's interesting to think that maybe it's interesting to think that maybe in one of those missing Clone Wars episodes, something happened with that bomb, even though it is dismantled and safe. It's interesting to think that maybe somebody intentionally blew it up.
It's possible.
Yeah. And we don't have that story yet. Like, all we know is that it's fine in Clone Wars.
Maybe that's Bad Batch.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It might be in the Bad Batch. And you know, this is a continuation of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. It's really important to remember that the Clone Wars series is the predecessing series to this show.
Yeah, I think that, to me, is the part that I'm most excited for, is to see mainly the transition from the Clone Wars we got post Revenge of the Sith going into A New Hope, especially those early years in the gap where these clones are forced into the transition, where it's going to be very apparent that they're being moved into a dictatorship.
Yeah, and I mean, the fact that there's so much to speculate on, even in the sense of the Bad Batch, how whether or not they even have the chips in their head because of the mutation. Maybe they just don't work.
Or they were made before the mutation,
or that. In the trailer, I think Tarkin has a little piece of dialogue that says that he wants Clone Force 99 arrested. So there is something.
Yeah, this kind of plays into the spoiler I was talking about earlier.
Go for it.
Okay, well, fair warning, turn off your speakers or your headphones if you want to hear a spoiler. But Lego accidentally put out that the sniper guy, he turns on them and stays with the Empire while the rest of them try to escape.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there's going to be a separation between that. And there was even a write-up for one of the action figure toys for him, and it actually talks
that
about
actually
this,
makes a lot of sense, because we saw a black suited clone trooper.
That's him in the trailer.
That's him. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it looks like he's to be, because if you remember from the Clone Wars, he was the very straight arrow character who was like, by the book, like, don't, like, you just do your orders and like, don't get in my way, that sort of thing. He didn't, best way to explain it, straight shooter. So the rest of them, it seemed, and I think they talk about this in the trailer. There's some lines that lead you to believe that they, during the transition from the Republic to the Empire, decide they want nothing to do with it, and they try to escape. So, and that's when Tarkin wants them eradicated.
Yeah.
I assume because they're probably doing counter ops. And sniper guy, what's his name?
Crosshair,
I'm guessing will be given the job of hunting them down.
That's a really good speculation there. Yeah. And one thing that I forgot to add in with the Bad Batch summary is Echo joins the Clone Force 99. So he becomes the 5th member to their team at the very end, because he realizes that because Rex invites him to stay with the 501st, but the Clone Force 99 comes up to him, and, even it's Hunter. He says, he says something along the lines of like, "Hey, we know where you're at. Like, if you don't feel like one of them, like, you're one of us. Like, you can stick with us if you want." So he does.
It makes sense, because he's now all cybernetically enhanced. He looks all sick.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't fit in with your average trooper.
No, he doesn't. He's an outsider now. So he chooses to stay with the outsiders, which makes sense. And I actually like that a lot, because it gives him a good segue into this show as a main character. And Echo being a character we spent a lot of time with in the Clone Wars as a member of the 501st, we've seen him go from a rookie in season 1 on the Republic moon, where, there's a season 1 episode 5, it was called Rookies. So we saw him go from that to promoted to a clone trooper. We saw him in training. We saw him get promoted to an ARC trooper, so on and so forth. We see him die. We see him come back.
It makes a lot of sense. He's a good character to transition into this. And he also is a good fit where he is a normal clone, quotations, because now he's enhanced, but he was just a regular clone. and all the other troopers of the Bad Batch are all cybernetically enhanced. So it gives you a little bit of normalization within that group.
Yeah.
As a viewer.
Yeah, totally. Well said. All right, and that is our what happened with the Bad Batch. That is covering their small 4-episode appearance in Star Wars: The Clone Wars. If you have not seen Star Wars: The Clone Wars, highly recommend watching that show. Of course, it's always tough to put off a new show in regards to watching an old show first, but I mean, in this situation, this is a sequel show to Star Wars: The Clone Wars, literally. So it's like watching Empire Strikes Back and not seeing Star Wars, and you don't want to do that. So if you do have to see the premiere, go and watch it, but cycle back and watch Star Wars: The Clone Wars, all 7 seasons. Highly recommended show. It is the best Star Wars animated show that they've ever made, and there's a reason why the Bad Batch is continuing that legacy. All right, man, thanks for coming on the show. Anything to add?
We just got a lot of episodes coming up. It's going to be very exciting, so stay tuned.
All right, guys, happy Star Wars Day, and may the 4th be with you.
Always.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and as always, we'll see you back here on Star Wars Escape Pod for weekly episodes dropping on Mondays. We always want to hear your feedback, so please feel free to send in an email at our new email address, swescapepodcast@gmail.com, in the description below, as well as our Twitter account at SWEscapePodcast. Feel free to hit that Discord link, join the feed. It's a very small server, very much meant to be almost like a interactive business card, but you know what? It's got some useful channels in there and announcements for new episodes, kind of thing. So if you have a Discord account and you're a big fan of the show, then throw our server on there, and it'll keep you up to date with all the latest stuff going on at Star Wars Escape Pod. So there is that for you. And also, we got some stuff coming up on the podcast itself. Of course, we have, I think I dropped a hint earlier, we have commentary tracks being released for Ewok Adventures, Caravan of Courage, as well as Part 2, the Battle for Endor. So we'll be dropping those next week, as well as the week after. We also have a full review covering Star Wars VR Pinball coming out at the end of the month. And we'll also be continuing our What Happened series with Thrawn and Boba Fett next. And we'll be getting into those characters, all the nitty and gritty, all the appearances that they've had throughout books and comics and etc. So yeah, I mean, guys, this is May the 4th, so go and have a great Star Wars Day. If you listen to us on May the 4th, then we have absolutely been honored that we were a part of your Star Wars Day and made it somewhat a little more special. So go and have a great May the 4th, and we'll see you next time on Star Wars Escape Pod.